trans women are women
So we're
because
gonna be
people that
playing
exist under the category of women, people that exist under the category of men are still human. So that
Neighbor
category,
Games
that
Remake,
defined?
but
Well, I wouldn't limit it
what
to
game
things
we're
like genitals
playing
and
in
like
Hello Neighbor
chromosomes, which
Games
seems
Remake
like you
is
want to
Hello
do.
Neighbor
What
Test.
type of genitals would you say I have, since you're so obsessed with genitals?
I'm not obsessed with genitals, but
Oh,
I could do a
back,
blood
so
sampling right now and I can
I
see
forgot.
exactly what you
Yeah,
are,
I'm
because
doing
every
so.
single
So we're
one
gonna
of your
play Hello Neighbor
trillions of
Games
cells
Remake. In that
are
game,
either
we're
coded
gonna
with
play
XX
Hello
or XY.
Neighbor
No matter how much surgery,
Test.
whatever, I think
I
that
already
you are a
played
man.
a little, so we're
You could
just
take
gonna
hormones,
restart
you
level.
could play camouflage. Like, I could fool you to be Hispanic if I had the right Hollywood
So,
makeup director. That doesn't mean that you are
we're
the thing.
gonna
But you're going from an
Since
objective
uncover
biological
the
perspective, which
secrets
we've
in
already
this
talked about with sex.
game.
I'm talking about a
know
social
you
construct or
can.
a social
There's a
utility.
there's
So like
a,
if we were at a restaurant, right?
sheet
I'm sitting
and
down at
then
and
you
I'm
can
sitting down at the table, and you're
go
telling the
in
waiter,
ghost
hey, I want to
mode,
go
and
sit
if
with
you
blank.
go
What would you use?
here,
With he doesn't know my
there
name.
is a
Well, I'm
kid.
sitting over there.
That guy.
Yeah, yes.
Which
that
is
guy.
Nicky
You're going
Rock
to typically
in
use
Act
here,
1, the
or
kid
you're going to
Nicky
say
Rock.
that guy. Like
Not
this.
the Act
Correct.
2
Because
version
you're
where he's beat up,
ascribing
or the
a
Act
male
3
gender
version.
to me based on my
Yes, and
performative
I
characteristics.
I'm recording
I could be an error. Maybe
my
you
face
are
on the
a
iPad. I'm
biological
And then you
recording
correct yourself,
the
right? That take
gameplay
maybe
on my
maybe
phone.
So that's what we.
That is exactly what we're trying to say. Is
So the question is that, do you think
That's why
that
I'm looking at
womanhood
there
can then
now.
be assumed just through costume design?
Let's
It's
just
not
go back
costume
into
design.
What is it?
It's performative social characteristics.
The
So you can
normal
yes,
thing.
that's what gender is.
Okay, great, got it. So you
Yes.
can, it's like a theater troupe.
It's not a
for the
theater troupe.
test. The
These
test
are
is the neighbor's
So
AI
womanhood can
and
be appropriated.
they're
this
they're
items
categories.
and
That's
stuff.
what it is.
So there's nothing
This
inherent
is
about the
adorable.
chromosomes. There's nothing that.
Correct. Yes.
Wow, we disagree. So there's nothing inherent about having a period or being
There's
able
a
to
order
give
style
birth
and
or
new
the specific
order style.
hormonal makeup.
Different cultures, we've ascribed that to womanhood. If you go back to other
It's like
cultures
throw a
spanning
rock.
thousands of
Yeah,
years,
for sure.
you'll see a difference when
No,
it
I
comes
know
to
those.
those
Like, for example, the Mayans said plenty of people that were schizophrenic, right?
Actually,
So
no,
that means
hold
nothing,
on.
right?
Okay.
Estrogen rate, yeah,
Unpause
endocrinology.
it.
So if you say the majority of males in the bimodal
You
distribution
can
graph
play it
are
on
compared to that,
mobile,
you can
but
say,
the
hey,
controls
we
are
want
hard on
this
mobile.
level
For
of
some
hormones
games,
in
they're
this
better than
particular
computer.
category, and we can separate it
For
by a
controls, some
I agree with you that a
games
majority
are
of men
better
are
on computer
majority of
than
cis men are
mobile.
99.9%.
I don't know. Ronda Rousey could kick my ass. I will say that.
No, for sure, but
Okay.
I mean, but could she kick Conor McGregor's ass?
Well, now we're talking about the peaks, right?
No,
The
she's
peaks
at
of
the
cisgender.
No, because you're talking about the peaks of two different categories in the same
Let's
sort
do
of.
Right.
this.
Because why? She's a cis
Hold
woman.
on, I'm gonna use the hammer.
She's a cis woman and
Correct.
he's
I
a cis
think I
man.
like the old
But yes,
art
correct,
style
thicker tail,
better.
right?
Yes, I would agree.
Okay, for sure,
Oh,
right?
that
Because cis men and cis women have different hormone levels. If you want to change the hormones, we can change the
I
categorization.
don't know
But
if you
if you're
can
saying
hear
that you
that
want men and
though, but
women,
For some reason,
far
in
enough,
the,
and you
oh,
say that's the most like fair category, then we have to allow all women.
It's a matter
did
of
you see it?
But again, those things don't. So I just want to be
I
clear.
launched
So,
myself.
'cause I think I'm tracking your argument. Is that in the
Anyways,
University of Pennsylvania swim team, when
the neighbor-
Thomas swam against
when he kisses you,
biological
it doesn't
women,
make
that
any
was
sound.
Perfectly fine with that.
I think as long as we have the categories that way. Thanks. Good to meet you.
Yeah. Okay, Timmy. No, you're fine. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Brittany. Nice to meet you.
Hold on, my sister's calling me.
For example,
Anyways, I am back.
competing in women's sports. You cited that they have higher testosterone levels.
One of about 50 characteristics. Also lung
Actually,
density.
doesn't work.
The
What about
men's
this?
hearts are bigger. We have greater bone
But those-
density, muscle
Actually
mass.
works.
Okay, but
And
those,
faster,
yeah,
stronger.
but like those factors, that's correct.
No, not necessarily. No.
I mean, most of them.
I'm not
Well,
in
not
the
all of
list
them.
of
So,
my
for example, you could try to pump a young girl's body with testosterone at 8 years old, and you can get them stronger. You cannot necessarily get them on par with a biological male female. You cannot. You can try,
Okay, but like,
because there's something in the coding of our
right,
genetics.
the coding of our genetics, which is often like controlled by like different like I guess parts of our DNA and also the hormones that are produced that affect the effective coding of how
More than
one
endocrinology is a big part. Because, for example, if you just give a kid testosterone, that doesn't even get them close to becoming a male, or estrogen giving them a female.
Okay.
They might get characteristics that are close to that,
Right. Okay.
but it doesn't.
But I mean,
but let me-
like, there's no perfect image of like this is what a female looks like. This is what a male looks
No,
like.
but-
Like we all get our periods at different ages. Some of us like, and also like for example, like there are many circumstances where womanhood is just not one thing, right? It's a multitude of experiences
For
that
sure.
every single
Can you
person.
Oh, I
define
got
what womanhood is?
first
That's an
thing.
interesting question for you.
Well, no, I can't define what womanhood is, and the reason why is because it's something that's an individual experience for every single
I cannot
person,
figure
right?
out how to
Like
get the
my
other.
experiences, what I have experienced throughout my life life is not going to be the same as another woman who may have like grown up in a different
We have
environment.
disagreement, but not clarity. I say that being a woman or womanhood is an objective thing.
Right, but we
It's
are we
objective outside of one one's opinions or experiences.
so but are we at the point where we're discussing where this is like not something based on your chromosomes, but something maybe based on a construct?
Well, no, it also can be objectively witnessed in empirical ways, biological ways, and scientific ways.
Okay. So to clarify, we're still discussing whether women
I already want
is
to
on
plan
chromosomes.
before, but I'll pull up here.
If you'd like to discuss that, it's deeper
Like,
than just chromosomes.
Right, I'm just trying to like
For example-
define exactly
For example,
what
if
this
we look
debate
at
is
spec scans,
I
brain
wasn't
scans of
paying
men and women,
attention.
98% of the time, artificial intelligence can tell you which one is the man and which one is the female.
about. Okay.
So our different parts of our brain is fired. So
Okay,
for
so-
men, for example, our amygdalas are not as high working as women. You know what amygdala is? The threat assessment part
So
of your brain.
obviously, like so there's a
What?
difference between the concept for what sex is,
I'm going
which is
to
a
karate
biological aspect, and what
again.
gender is, which
Yeah.
is a social
I
construct, right?
reject gender.
So guys, I'm
completely
going to
as
karate.
a word. It's really
Okay, so
personality.
that's where the debate is.
Yes.
The existence of gender.
Gender means personality. I don't doubt
We
that
never actually
biological.
went in the neighbor's
How
house.
would you
Let's
how
go
would
to
you
the
define
neighbor's house.
race on that one?
How would I define
How would you define
race?
race?
Well, race is a very difficult topic.
Okay, because I think that it's a really
Then
important
they-
thing when it comes to
Stop!
If I draw,
Because-
if I draw blood, if
is
there
it ethnic lines? Is it
if you have a blood sample of a black individual and a white individual, I
And
can
it's gonna be
tell
on
you which one's
camera.
which. If I have a blood sample
No, it's
of a
not
man
recording,
and a
Ron.
woman, I can
Don't.
tell you which one is which, just by running very simple
Soon it
elementary
will.
blood tests. So, for example, if there was a
You gonna
man
get a
or a
necklace
white,
before?
there is no
but
difference in
why
genetic code. There is
why
we
is
don't
it
see.
Nah.
My next claim is that Kamala Harris is a DEI candidate.
Cannot go past this guy.
Competition, Mason. Yeah, exactly. Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Can I define what a DEI
Hopefully
candidate
he's
is?
I think that you're going to say because she's black and she's a woman, she was appointed because Joe Biden promised that, and it's not a testament to her
Not
success.
only that, but also in her getting the nomination, the Democrat Party, they said repeatedly, we do not want to pass over a black female. Okay, so those two things, but the first one is stronger. You're right. Joe Biden said, I'm going to put on my vice presidency a black female. Right. So his criteria was, yeah, and there's like Karen Bass and Kamala Harris. Okay. So she was not chosen because of her intellect or her accomplishments or because of any of that. It was because she happened to fit a couple boxes. In fact, Amy Klobuchar, the vetting at the time. So it's just a statement of fact that she is there not because of her brilliance or accomplishments, but because of her ethnicity.
So Kamala Harris, first and foremost, there are a lot of criticisms that you can give her on why she wouldn't be an effective president. It shouldn't be because she's a woman or because she's black. And it seems to be that you're saying that.
No, I just want people to understand and agree she didn't earn this.
She absolutely did. She has a career
Bye,
where she